Yo, what's good everyone? Today I'm going to be breaking down some of my favorite DraftKings plays for tonight's 13-game slate in the NHL. So let's get right into it. And as always, we're going to kick things off here by highlighting these 13 games in the NHL tonight, showing you the money lines and over-unders. First set of games here, we got the Senators taking on the Panthers, Hurricanes at Bruins, Capitals at Red Wings, Blue Jackets at Lightning, Rangers at Islanders, and the Philadelphia Flyers taking on the Montreal Canadiens. Next set of games here, we got the Maple Leafs at Devils, Sabres at Stars, Jets at Predators, Wild at Avalanche, Kings at Ducks, Coyotes at Kraken, and the Calgary Flames taking on the San Jose Sharks. And then here's a schedule update for this week. Gonna have a video up for you guys today and Thursday. Also gonna be breaking down that Friday NHL slate in my Discord. If you have not joined my Discord yet, it is completely free to do so, and there's a link to join in the description below of this video. With all that said, let's dive into a couple of line stacks that I like here for tonight, starting with that first line for the Tampa Bay Lightning, where we got point center in Kucherov and Duclair. Now, I do want to mention here, I'm 100% okay rostering that second line as a cheaper line stack with Cirelli centering Stamkos and Hagel, but I would love to get up to this first line if at all possible. I know they're expensive, but the upside is massive with these three. In just their last 10 games, these three have combined for 14 goals, 27 assists, 41 points. Now we're going to see Point and Cooch play up on the number one power play. Duclair plays down on the second, but the Lightning in general have had the league's best power play really all year long, scoring at a 29.5% rate, and they're in a great spot at home here tonight against the Columbus Blue Jackets, a team that's allowed 3.59 goals per game this year, the third most in the NHL, while having the league's 9th worst penalty kill, hitting at a 77% rate. And then a cheaper line stack that I like here tonight is that third line for the Dallas Stars, where we got Wyatt Johnston centering Jamie Benn and Logan Stankoven. Now, like throughout most of the year, I really believe there's a case to be made to roster any one of the top three lines for the Dallas Stars tonight, but this line here continues to play great together, and they're super affordable on DraftKings. In their last 10 games, these three have combined for 17 goals, 16 assists, 33 points, showing you the upside that they offer, especially considering their price. Now, we're going to see Ben play up on the Stars' number one power play, Johnston play on the number two power play. Stankoven will mix in on that number two power play every now and then as well, but it's not really a solidified spot for him. But in general right now, the Stars are playing some really good hockey. They're 9-1-0 in their last 10 games, where they're averaging close to 4.5 goals per game, with a power play that's scored at a 33.5% rate. Now, folks, before we dive into some of my favorite individual plays here, if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. And don't forget, I got that Discord channel that I'm running as well, which is completely free to join. If you haven't joined yet, there's a link to do so in the description below of this video. If you can't find that link, just shoot me a comment, and I'm happy to send you an invite there. Alright, now diving into some of my favorite individual plays here, we're going to kick it off with the forwards. And the first guy that I got at the top is Adrian Kempe of the Los Angeles Kings, really turning his game on here as of late with 6 goals, 10 assists, 16 points, 33 shots on net in his last 10 games, averaging 17 DraftKings points per game. Great spot here tonight against the Anaheim Ducks, a team that's allowed 3.62 goals per game this year, the second most in the NHL, while having the league's second worst penalty kill. We're going to see Kempe play up on that first line and number one power play. I also like Dylan Larkin here in the 6K range. He's starting to play some really good hockey, especially over his last 3 or 4 games, really trying to make a playoff push here for the Detroit Red Wings. He's now got 5 goals, 4 assists, 9 points, and close to 40 shots on net in his past 10, averaging 13.5 DraftKings points per game, playing up on the first line and number one power play. And then going with another 6K player here in Jesper Bratt. He's got 3 goals, 11 assists, 14 points, and 28 shots on net in his last 10, averaging close to 14 DraftKings points per game. Look, he kind of went through a little mini slump at the beginning of March, which shot his DraftKings price down by almost $1,000, and he's playing some good hockey now, and DraftKings just hasn't corrected that. We're going to see him play on that second line with Hughes tonight, as well as the Devils' number one power play. And then dipping into the 4K range of forwards here, I got Fabian Zetterlund of the San Jose Sharks, and I kind of like the Sharks in general here tonight against the Calgary Flames, especially on the tournament side of things. I think that's one way we can get contrarian with our lineups, but this Flames team has really struggled here as of late, going 2-8-0 in their last 10 games, allowing close to 4 goals per game during that stretch, with a penalty kill that's hit at just a 60% rate. And we're going to see Zetterlund play up on that first line and number 1 power play. And then Tarasenko's offering some really nice value here at $4,100 for the Florida Panthers. He's got 3 goals, 6 assists, 9 points in his last 10, playing up on that first line and number 1 power play. As long as he remains here in this low 4K range while playing up on that first line, and even the number 1 or number 2 power play, I think he's going to be offering some nice value. Now, moving on to the defensemen here, and one guy that I would be willing to spend up for here tonight at this position is Mackenzie Weegar of the Calgary Flames. He's such a well-rounded defenseman who can rack up DraftKings points in a number of different ways. Not only does he have 12 points here in his last 10, he's got 27 shots on net and 34 block shots, averaging close to 18.5 DraftKings points per game. Great spot here tonight against the San Jose Sharks for a defenseman who's going to log around 25 minutes, playing up on the number 1 power play and the penalty kill. I also like Mike Matheson here at $5,700, playing some really good hockey himself as of late. 10 points, 20 shots on net, and 32 block shots. Another very well-rounded defenseman who logs around 25 minutes a night, plays up on the number 1 power play and the penalty kill. Now, between these two players here in Weegar and Matheson, I also really like Victor Hedman of the Tampa Bay Lightning, priced at $6,300. And then getting into the 4K range defenseman here, I like Luke Hughes. He's really turned it up on the offensive side of things as of late for the Devils, with 12 points, 27 shots on net in his last 10, averaging close to 13.5 DraftKings points per game. Really just like that he's been shooting the puck at a much higher rate as of late, especially on that number 1 power play. We should see him log around 21 minutes here tonight in general. And then I got all the sub 4K defenseman plays there as well. We got Roy of the Los Angeles Kings, McDonough of the Nashville Predators, Gostisbehere of the Detroit Red Wings, Savard of the Montreal Canadiens, Drysdale of the Philadelphia Flyers, and Radish of the Tampa Bay Lightning. And then I got a couple of goaltenders here for you, and with 13 games, 26 different teams on this slate here tonight, there's an abundance of goalies that I actually like, so I'm going to highlight quite a few. But one guy that I would be willing to spend up for is Jake Ottinger of the Dallas Stars. I talked about it earlier how well this Stars team is playing in general as of late, going 9-1-0 in their last 10 starts. Ottinger's been great during that stretch himself, going 8-2-0 in his last 10 starts with a save percentage of .919, goals allowed average of 2.25, averaging close to 15.5 DraftKings points per game. Now, if I'm looking in the 8K range here tonight for goaltenders, Andrei Vasilevskiy of the Tampa Bay Lightning is also in play for me. But if I'm looking to spend down, there's a lot of value on this slate for the goalie position. UC Suoro stuck out to me at $7,300, but you can see there in the bottom right-hand corner, I like Alex Lyon of the Detroit Red Wings, Kochetkov of the Carolina Hurricanes, you got Montembeault of the Montreal Canadiens, and Varlamov of the Islanders. All those guys in the mid to low 7K range caught my attention. And as always, going to wrap up this video here with 3 low-priced options or sub 4K forward plays. There's actually quite a bit of value here in the 2 to 3K range tonight. Again, if you haven't joined my Discord yet, I'm sure there's going to be people talking about these plays in there tonight. But 3 guys that I want to highlight here, we're going to kick it off with Slavkovsky of the Montreal Canadiens. Continues to play up on that first line with Suzuki and Caulfield, playing on the number 1 power play. He can be a bit streaky at times, but has shown some really nice upside as of late. Same thing here with Andrei Kuzmenko, playing up on that first line and number 1 power play for the Flames, shown some really nice upside as of late, and still offering a really nice price here in the 3K range. And then Shane Wright has made some noise with the Seattle Kraken ever since being called up from the AHL 3 games ago, where he's now scored 3 goals, added 1 assist, and shown some really nice upside. He plotted 37 DraftKings points in his last game. Alright everyone, that is going to wrap up this video here for today. As always, thank y'all for taking the time out of your day to watch the content here on this channel. If you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. Let's have ourselves a great day here, folks. Let's win some money on this 13-game slate. And in the meantime, I'm out of here.